Hello, Scary Champion, Psychic Medium, once again. Got an interesting video for you, so kind of pull up a chair. This may take a little bit of time. Then again, maybe not. I'm not in charge of these things. Someone I know was on an airplane who's a flight attendant, and this is about that. And they were upset because on one of their flights, I'm just hearing this story now, so I had to explain it to this person. I'm going to explain it to you. It seemed like a good video. That out of 6 or 7 or 8 attendants on this flight, it's like one of those big planes, 300 people in it, that one woman's child was screaming. It was really in pain. And of all the attendants, they're all standing there. You can see them all. They brought that child. She brought that child to this girl. And of course, she knew the answer. So she did something. Child went back to sleep. Everything was good. And she gets off that flight, gets on another flight, and a lady from way in the back of the plane saw her down there in first class and walked the entire length of the plane. I don't know how far that is, but it's a couple hundred feet maybe, to the front, to first class, to say something. And you're not supposed to do that. You paid for a cheap seat. You got to sit in the cheap seat. You can't come to first class and get stuff. But that wasn't what it was about. She was sick. Felt like she needed to. So she looked around for help, like people do, who can help me. Now, there's 5 bathrooms back here. There's only 1 up here, 2 in first class or something. And 5 of them, she passed by them to go to the front of the plane where she was standing and says, "Can you help me?" And she says, "Well, but there's 5 bathrooms you just passed." She wanted her to help her. So she went in, did whatever she had to do, came out, was very thankful, walked the entire thing back to the back. And these other flight attendants got in trouble for allowing it to happen. They should ask her what she wanted, what did she need. It's usually peanuts or a drink or something. They would have supplied it to her and all been fine. But they didn't even bother. And interestingly enough, some of this is going on because people are afraid to confront people on an airplane anymore, which is their job when people are doing the wrong thing, to confront them and say, what's going on? Why would someone walk from the back of the plane to the front of the plane? It sort of makes it a safety issue. That's where the cockpit is. There's no being, then that's what these people are. Flight attendants are not for serving you peanuts and giving you coffee. They're safety people. They've been trained in this, and they're trained to watch the cockpit. Why was this lady walking 200 feet to the front of the plane? Didn't look good. And flight attendants are trained to see odd behavior in people and to report it and to stop them, because you don't know what they're doing. But none of them did. And she got up there, and the flight attendant helped her. And so she's telling me these stories about, gee, what a weird thing. Things are sort of complaining a little bit, because it makes the job tough. She has 30 people to take care of, and this lady who has 5 flight attendants that are doing nothing back there, she chose to come to the front of the thing. Okay. The rest of the story is, we were talking about it, and I said, "Do you know why they're doing that?" And she said, "No, it's kind of annoying." And I said, "Well, it's a compliment. That of everybody on the plane, this person who, with the child that was sick, scanned the plane, was the other flight attendants, lots of them everywhere. Every 10 feet there's one. Why didn't she go to them? It's because she's reading in you that you're extremely empathetic and that you can help. You're the one person on the plane that they trust implicitly with their child, nobody else. So it's a compliment." And the lady you had to throw up, it's the same thing. She was sick from flight. She looked around scanning. You get that, when you're in trouble, you scan around, and women are extremely intuitive. And especially when their child is in danger of, or sick or having problems breathing or anything, they'll scan a room and pick the one person that can usually save them. It's amazing that they have this ability. Guys don't have it. Women are all about protecting. So, and don't get in their way. Liable to just whack you out of the way. So the sick lady and the lady with the sick child both picked the same person on 2 different flights, hours apart, because they sensed that she knew what she was doing. And as it turned out, she was correct in both instances. She knew what she was doing. She saved the kid from whatever it was. The lady threw up, just was looking for sympathy, somebody empathetic. And then I told this person the story about being in Best Buy. Back when they had a CD section, it was huge. I used to go in there and just look at CDs and buy them. And I was in there one day and looking for CDs. And within like 30-minute period, 6 salespeople came up and asked if they could help me. And I told them the same thing, every one of them. I said, it's ABBA over here and ZZ Top over there. What kind of help could you possibly give me? I know it's alphabetical. You don't need any help looking for a CD one, and it's really easy, the big signs and everything. But they kept coming, and at one point I got annoyed, and I kind of said out loud, I don't need any help. You guys that keep coming, I don't. But they were passing by people who were holding up CDs needing help. That was what made it weird, and I figured it out. I'm giving off a vibration that says I can help you, and their system is sort of misinterpreting it as I need help. So again, I was wrong. I was way wrong. It's a compliment. They see the person in the room, that what is coming out of them spiritually, it's subconscious, but they're reading it correctly. A little bit incorrect. The words are the same. It's just a little wrong with me. So I began to take it as a compliment. I'd go in and buy jeans, and everybody would come over, and I'd say, do you know my size? They'd say, no, but can I help you? And I'd say, well, I know my size. They're right here. I don't need any help. But they continued to come, and finally you just leave the store. You don't even want to buy anything. But I was wrong. It's a compliment. It's a huge compliment. It's not a little compliment. It's a huge. When it happens year after year after year, you get annoyed. But it's a compliment. So if someone comes up to you in a store, and they used to do that, I'd be in some store and they'd say, do you know where the dog food is? I'd say, I don't work here. They'd say, well, I thought you worked here. So again, misinterpreting the information that comes out of you. To take it as a compliment. They don't know it's a compliment, but now you should, because you're aware that people constantly ask you for some kind of help. When there's 50 people around, 100 people in a room, and they come to you, you're the one. You're the one that they have picked through their reading of you intuitively, that you're the person who can do the job. It's a huge compliment. So just thought I'd pass along that information. I heard the story, we talked about it, and I thought, that's a terrific video. And often we don't know why people are doing things. You know, people are attracted to you and they just come up and start asking you stuff. You don't know why. Well, I do, but the average person's, it's befuddling. Well, this is the answer for it. So take it as a compliment. Scary Champion again. What is it, 26th of June, 2017. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.